Hey, Citizens fam. Coming to you live from the ranch.
Yeah, so we're getting holiday ready. Shay's got lots of things. We're going to show you what it looks like to prep around here for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and there's a lot to do. We could have a
But we had to, in our garage, we had to build a wall. But one side of the garage, just basically.
But today, like our videos, comment, we've got some questions for y'all. And subscribe to our channel.
About
I really wanted to do a tradition. I'm wanting to do a third book that is going
gotta
to
finish
be
the first one.
to be a little bit, well, the cookbook's done, and then our other one's work in progress. But that's going to be like about holidays. And I feel like holidays are such a big part of all of our lives, but they can also be, for a lot of people,
Stressful?
a tremendous amount of stress, a tremendous amount of sadness for so many different people. So I was just thinking about a lot of different things where holidays are concerned, and tips and tricks and things that we do to make our holiday great and special, and things you can do, whether you have a great big family or a small family. One thing that I think she and I have been good at from the very beginning is creating our own traditions and how our own holiday is going to go, and taking some traditions from each one of our families and then not doing things that we don't like to do, but just making it ours. And that's what we want to challenge you in. And today we really want to talk about, since we are going right into the holidays, and today's segment is really on making your holiday great and how to really get through it stress-free. And I mean, holidays are going to be stressful regardless. If you've ever watched Christmas Vacation, when you've got all your family and everybody's getting together, and there is going to be some kind of stress. But I think when you're mindful of, I'm going to make this great, and I'm going to make this a holiday to remember, that's where you're going to have the most fun. And when you are the light bringer, when you are the difference maker. And I can just speak from experience of me reacting in wrong ways to things. And I could have ruined a holiday by things happening, and not that I wanted to happen, if that makes sense. Things I didn't,
Well, here, let me talk. I guess, if I had to give suggestions for holidays, the first and foremost, the one thing that I would say was communicate with all parties that are involved on how you want Christmas to look like, because a lot of times, whatever holiday it is, a lot of times they have these expectations. Yeah. And that's really where the frustration comes in, and where others don't meet our expectations, what we expect.
Well,
so the best thing would be like communicate with each other how it's going to look, and especially if you're parents and you have older children and they have significant others, and
say it and put it in writing.
It just causes a lot of confusion and frustration. So if you just kind of talk it out how the holidays go, so you can make everything easy.
Well, and then I think if you are the matriarch of your family, and or kind of how I'm the center of our family, is then you have to go with the flow. And you have to be okay if a holiday doesn't look exactly what it's looked like in your past. And that was something I think last year that we really learned, and I didn't handle it well. And so I can give you great advice, and I am handling this one really good. Of when your kids do get older, and it's not going to look like it looked when they were little, and you've got to share them some. I don't really like sharing my children. and sharing our time. And so I had to get okay with that. They don't have to be with us every second. But then they had to learn to communicate better with me. They were kind of just like, oh, by the way, I won't be here on Christmas Eve. And I'm like, what? Like, that's our time. So then it was me going, okay, this year, what's your Christmas Eve plan? So we can plan ours around what your plan is. So then we can still be all together. And so I think it's just being flexible and figuring that out, and you bringing that peace to your family, and I mean PEACE to your family, of community. Like we've already talked about Christmas. We've already talked about what everything's going to look like. And then I'm the piece that I'm going to make sure I'm easygoing when it comes to sharing our grown kids, because that is going to be part of it.
Well, and I think maybe my second tip regarding the holidays, and maybe you're not a planner or a scheduler throughout your daily life, but I would suggest during the holidays, when you have a bigger family, that might be a time where you do become a planner and a scheduler, and you figure out times and days that you're going to do things in advance. Because maybe normally you're not that way, but that might be a good idea to maybe that's the one time, or whatever, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever it is, that's the time that you are a planner and you are a scheduler and you are writing things down. And
and then I think too, along with that, is knowing here's kind of what's on the agenda for our holiday, but then letting your children know, when you have older children or extended family, these are the things that are the most important, that you're there. Because that's somewhere where I failed. Walker said to me, Mama, we do 50 things for Christmas. How am I to know which one is the one I can't miss? Like, you're going to die if I miss, which I kind of die if they miss anything. So I had to learn, I can't just, like, sometimes Walker and Aspen might not be there. Sometimes Wave and Garrett. I like everybody together. That's kind of my thing. But I've got to be okay that if we're going to plan bump, all this stuff, they may not be able to participate in every single thing. And again, that's where I have to go with the flow. But also, I've got to communicate, hey, this one thing we made a reservation for a month ago. I want everybody there. We're doing pictures. We're doing this. If I don't communicate that, I can't just expect them to know. Where before, I think my expectation was you're at everything. And now that I'm awareness is everything, that everyone's not going to be at every single thing. I'm okay with that. But then communicating what is the most important. So you've got to have the schedule. You've got to have the communication.
Well, and I think, and this is kind of my third tip, I guess, and there's a couple things in this third tip is, kind of in the holidays, first and foremost, remember that holidays are about friends and family. And that if you get to be with them, great, enjoy them, enjoy their company, and be happy about it. But don't be upset if you're not getting to be around them. So I don't want to say lower your expectations, but lower your expectations when the holidays are concerned, because people aren't going to feel your holiday. They have other families, they have other things going on.
And then another thing, it puts too much pressure on people when they just feel this, I can't miss, I have to do this. And that's not, I want people to want to be with us. And if I'm a stressed out mess, they don't want to be a part of that. And so I'm very chill for the holidays.
Is just, again, remember, it's holidays are a time for friends and family and celebrating and having a good time. So, like, what's the point if you're stressed out about who's not there, or this person is over here doing this and you're worrying about this and that? Is really just enjoy the time, because you just don't know what tomorrow will bring.
There may be a time that you wish you would have just enjoyed it. And for me, I'm not a real stressed out person in general. I don't get stressed out about the meal. I don't get stressed out about the cooking. I don't get stressed out about all the planning that goes with it. I do have to make lists. I do have to be organized. Shay and I really work as a team on holidays. So we really do work together to make it great, but then I know I'm gonna have late nights. I know I'm gonna have early mornings, and that's what we enjoy. We stay up playing cards, and I don't wanna be in the kitchen while they're playing cards. So I'm gonna plan my cooking around what we're doing as a family. So I think being mindful of that and not being, what's the word? Like, I think complaining. Sometimes people that are the one putting it all together, because that's me most of the time when it's at my house. And this year we're doing the holidays. I'm a very big part. My mom hasn't been feeling well. So I've got to go into it with a mindset that this is like a job. This is like, I'm going to make this great. And I'm not going to complain or have the wrong attitude about it. I want to do these things for my family. I want to be able to have a great holiday season, but it is going to come from a lot of hard work, some late nights, and working around everything we're doing. So I think just that no complaining rule, and how you can see if you're complaining, whatever comes out of your mouth, just follow it up with, and that's the way I like it. And you'll know if it's a positive word or it's a complaining word about what you're doing. And so if you say, oh my goodness, I'm staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning cooking this dressing, and that's the way I like it. So you can kind of judge how you're being received by others just with that one little statement. I actually learned that from Terry Savoy, and that was a really, really good tip. So
I mean, just to totally switch bases or whatever, something. I mean, I'm just thinking about things that, I think about the holidays, and I think that where Kimberly and I have been really good about our holidays is that, we probably grew up doing one thing one way all the time. We went to this grandparents at this time on this day, and then, we probably could be rooted in our own traditions when we got together, but something that we did really well.
It has to be.
Yeah, and this is, okay, we've got to open presents on Christmas Eve, let's just say for Christmas, and then Santa comes, and so something
we
that...
do it different every year.
Well, and something that Kimberly and I is that we wanted our own traditions. We wanted to start our own thing. We didn't want to, because I always think about, well, somebody had to start something, so why do we want to keep following what they did? We'll start our own thing. We'll do our own thing.
And we are going to share some of our traditions with
you.
Make your own. Take some of ours. Give us comments. Tell us some of yours. We love new ideas.
And I think what we've done well is
yes, what?
is you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
And just
we have to together.
Be easy.
Yeah.
And
because the years were not easy, we don't have a good holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
The years that were just like, okay, let's just make this work. No big deal. We have the best holiday. Yeah. So we're kind of gearing up for that. We want to get you in the right mindset to gear up for that same thing. And we are going to, throughout December, you're going to see Real Life with the Copelands, some of our traditions. We do want to know some of your traditions. We would love to do some things. If y'all want to even comment and tell us things you do, you just might see it on a video. We'll give you a shout out on one of our videos. So we hope this is going to help you get in the right mindset as you're going to be around family. Y'all know, you don't have to fix your family when you're with them. They don't have to have your same opinions when you're with them. I think sometimes we're close with our family, and so it is the hardest time of year because we feel so free to say or do whatever, and maybe don't just say or do whatever.
Or do.
No, let's not. Let's not. Let's just be easy and go with the flow, and we don't have to fix our family during the holidays. I think that's the biggest thing is don't feel that need.
Absolutely. So as we end this video,
if you're in our family, don't feel the need to fix us when you go, because we need a lot of fixing.
You want to fix me, go for it.
I'm really telling other people don't fix me. I don't have a problem with trying to fix other people. I've got enough of my own.
So as we end this video, we just want to tell you, one of our things that we do at the holidays, we love to play games.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we do.
Lots of cards.
Lots of cards, board games.
Seen it.
Yeah, we love games, and our family, despite what Kimberly says about competing, she loves to compete and she loves to win and she loves to beat me. But it doesn't happen often.
I just like to beat Shay because he likes to win so much. When I actually, it's like 1 out of 100 and I win, I have to brag about it the one time I win. Yeah, because he wins every time.
She gloats a little bit.
I do, because it doesn't happen too often, so I have to be excited. I'm about the music and the party and the being right there with the kids and the conversation and everybody singing together and waving. Shane with the music down, concentrating who's going to win. I'm like...
That's not true. You're lying to the C6 family.
I am?
Yeah, you're lying. Now, I want to win. Now, I don't mind the music.
You say, turn it down.
Well, sometimes she takes it up to like, we're at a rock concert and it's blaring in your ear. You can't even talk. Like, I want to be able to communicate with people.
When they're
now,
on
I'm
your
not
team,
like,
he wants to yell at you if you're on his team.
Well, that's true, but I'm not like Wade. She doesn't want any music.
She doesn't
I like
the
music.
distraction.
I like the music.
It's all good. Do you? I'll do me. That's
so if you're watching
doing.
this before the holidays, enjoy your friends and your family.
Even if it's, y'all, we're having a small Thanksgiving. It's going to be like 8 of us or 10 of us, I guess. That's super small for us. I am so excited. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. My mama's coming out for the week. I want to have all her goodies here and love on her. I mean, y'all, it doesn't have to be that you have 50 people. That's where people get messed up too. They get focused on the wrong thing. It's like sometimes we have holidays with 50 people. Sometimes we have it with 5 people. Make whatever you have great and work. And that's where you're just going to enjoy your life so much more. It's not being in a box of what it has to look like or what it's supposed to look like. You make it what you want it to look like.
For sure.
So you are the difference maker. That's right. What I know. If I'm there, it's going to be fun. Period.
So after you watch
you
this,
didn't agree with me.
I agree, 100%. So after you watch this video, you go stand in front of the mirror, you point at yourself and say, "You're going to be the difference maker this year at the holiday."
That's right. Nobody could be unoffendable. Nobody's going to offend you. Nobody's going to make you mad. It's going to be an awesome
holiday season.
It is. Yes, with the C6 fan.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to share, subscribe, hit the bell.
And we can't wait to show y'all our decorating. It's going to be fun.
Peace.
Music bed.